Dear students, welcome to 8th class biology. So today we are going to study a new chapter. Chapter name is Plant Kingdom. So we have covered one chapter in 8th class, that is microorganisms. We will discuss about questions regarding previous chapter. Today we are going to study about plant kingdom. Okay, plant kingdom includes mainly plants. So you might have heard about plant kingdom, which includes thallophytes, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperm. We will study about all these things. So plants, animals, fungus, bacteria, all these are living organisms. So around on this earth, our scientists, they try to estimate the number of this living organism, that is around 8.7 million species. Very huge number, 8.7 million. Okay, in this around 5.5 million species organisms, living organism, they found on this land, and remaining species they found on the ocean, in the ocean. Okay, so there are millions of species. It is very difficult to understand and identify each living organisms. So we have to categorize them, we have to make them into groups, then only we can identify each living organisms. Okay, so we will study about classification of plant kingdom in this chapter. Our scientists, they try to classify the plants. Okay, so before knowing about classification, you should know this term taxonomy. What is taxonomy? Then only you can understand the classification. Taxonomy, which means it is a branch of biology that deals with study of identification, classification, description and nomenclature of a living organism. So it is a branch of biology. Taxonomy is a branch of biology that deals with identification and classification and description of a and nomenclature of a living organism. Okay, so taxonomists, they try to identify a new organism, and they give name for new organism and they classify this organism. Okay, taxonomists, these group of scientists, they do these functions. So taxonomy. What is taxonomy? The branch of biology that deals with the study of identification, classification and description and nomenclature of a living organism. Nomenclature means name. Okay. So this term, which is first coined by the scientist Augustine Pyramus de Candolle, he coined the term taxonomy. If you understood this taxonomy, then only you can understand the classification of living organism. So next we are going to check classification. Classification. For example, I can give you one example. So if you go to library, you can see different types of books. Okay, so some section for novels, some section for science books, and some section for stories. So it is very easy to understand and identify each book specifically. So in library, all books are classified according to their titles, so it is easy to understand. In the same idea we have applied in biology also, that is classification of plants and animals. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to study classification of plants. So what it is? Classification of plants means the plants which are grouped or which are categorized based on similarities and differences, that is called classification. Okay, so various scientists, they try to classify all plants, and there are different types systems of classification: artificial system of classification and natural system of classification and APG. There are different types of phylogenetic system of classification. Different types of classification systems are there. Okay, so we will study each one in very detail. So classification means plants. In case of plants are grouped based on similarities and differences, that is called classification. Okay, so the first system of classification, which is artificial system of classification. Artificial system of classification. artificial system of classification given by Carl Linnaeus. It is proposed by Carl Linnaeus. So what is the idea of artificial system of classification? The plants which are grouped based on morphological characters. Based on morphological characters, plants are grouped. Based on morphological characters, plants are categorized. Okay. So morphology, which means external appearance. Based on external appearance of plants, plants are classified. That is artificial system of classification, which is proposed by Carl Linnaeus. So artificial system of classification, who proposed artificial system of classification? Carolus Linnaeus or Carl Linnaeus, and he published this artificial system of classification in his book Species Plantarum. Species Plantarum. Okay, so this system of classification first published in Species Plantarum. Then this is the first system of earliest system of classification. Okay, based on morphological characters, plants are classified here. The next type of system of classification, that is natural system of classification. Natural system of classification. So what is natural system of classification? So later, after artificial system of classification, plants are classified based on different characters. Okay, so natural system of classification, which is proposed by Bentham and Hooker. So this natural system of classification is known as Bentham and Hooker classification. This classification, that means natural system classification, is different from artificial system of classification, because here the plants, they are categorized, they are grouped based on morphological characters and also reproductive characters. The plants grouped based on morphological and also reproductive characters. Okay, so especially cedar plants are classified based on their morphological and reproductive characters. Okay, these cedar plants, they are known as spermatophyta. Spermatophyta, that means cedar plants. Those plants, they produce seeds. Okay, so Bentham and Hooker, these scientists, they classified cedar plants based on morphological and their reproductive characters. Okay, so which is different from artificial system of classification. So let's study what is the outline of Bentham and Hooker classification. And this classification widely used in herbaria. Herbaria, you know, herbaria, which means the plants we collected and we dried this plant and we pressed it and pasted on some sheets, those paper sheets, that is called herbaria. So we have collected so many plant samples and we pasted on these sheets, and these plant samples, they are classified according to Bentham and Hooker classification, and we keep these plant samples in herbarium shelves. Okay, so in the case of herbaria, we have applied natural system of classification for the classification of plant samples. So let's study outline of Bentham and Hooker classification. So this is the outline of Bentham and Hooker classification. Bentham and Hooker. Bentham and Hooker classification first published in their book Genera Plantarum. Okay. So what it is, Bentham and Hooker classification? So they classified cedar plants or spermatophyta into 3 classes. The cedar plants, it is the division, and the cedar plant, they classified into 3 classes. Class 1, which is known as Dicotyledone, class 2, which is known as Gymnospermae, and class 3 is known as Monocotyledone. So the cedar plants, that is division, the category is division. Okay, so these cedar plants classified into 3 classes: Dicotyledone, Gymnospermae, and monocotyledone. And this Gymnospermae class 2, they contain that consist 3 families, and monocotyledone class 3, which consists of 7 series and 34 families. Okay. And dicotyledone, the first class, which consists of 3 subclasses: Polypetalae, Sympetalae, and Monoclamidae. So this Monoclamidae, this is the third subclass, which consists of 8 series and 36 family. Then Polypetalae subclass, which consists Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae, and Caliciflorae. And Sympetalae, which consists Inferae, Heteromerae, and Bicarpellate. Okay, so this is the classification done by Bandham and Hooker. So this is natural system of classification, and here seeded plants are classified into 3 classes: Dicotyledone, Gymnospermae, and Monocotyledone. And this Monocotyledone contains, this class contains 7 series and 34 families, and Gymnosperms contain 3 family, and Dicotyledone, which again subdivided into subclasses, that is Polypetalae. You know, petals. The petals means flowers, that a beautiful part of flower, that is petals. So Polypetalae means petals are fused. You will study in higher classes. So Polypetalae, which is again divided into Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae, and Caliciflorae. And Sympetalae, sym means fuse. So flowers petals are fused here. So these plants, they again divide into Inferae, Heteromerae, and Bicarpellate. Then Monoclamidae, which is the third subclass, which divided into 8 series and 7 families. Okay, so let's discuss in very detail. So according to natural system of classification, seeded plants are classified into 3 classes. The first class is Dicotyledone. So let's study what are the important features of Dicotyledone class. So here the plants in Dicotyledone class, their seed has 2 cotyledons. Seed contain 2 cotyledons. Okay, for example, mango seed, if you take, you can see 2 cotyledons. So that's why they are coming under the class Dicotyledone. The name also indicate dicot, 2 cotyledons. So Dicotyledone class, this and the members of this Dicotyledone class, their seed has 2 cotyledons. Okay, then next to important point, the leaves of these plants have reticulate venation. So what is means reticulate venation? You take one leaf and you can see at the center of this leaf main vein, okay, present, and from this main vein branches are coming. Okay, this kind of arrangement of veins in leaf, which is called reticulate venation. So if you take a mango tree leaf and or other plants, pea plant leaf, you can see this kind of leaf reticulate venation. So it is another important point of class Dicotyledone. And their flowers are tetramerous or pentamerous. You know, flower which contain 4 petals and sepals. That's why it is called tetramerous. Tetramerous means 4 petals and sepals. Okay. 4 petals are present. That's why it is tetramerous. Or pentamerous means 5 petals or sepals are present on the flower. That's why they are called tetramerous or pentamerous. So these are the important features of Dicotyledone class. So what are those? Seed has 2 cotyledons and their leaf has reticulate venation, and the flowers are tetramerous or pentamerous. Then class 2, which is Gymnospermae. Gymnospermae includes naked seed plants. The name indicates naked seed plants, which means they form seed, but this seed which does not have seed coat. That's why they are called naked seed. So Gymnospermae class includes naked seed plants and they do not form fruits. Okay, and the 3 families are included in this class, which is Cycadaceae, Coniferae, and Neetaceae. You know, pine trees, they are coming under Gymnospermae class. So these are the main important point about Gymnospermae or naked seed plants. The third class, which is Monocotyledone. The name also indicate what are the important features of monocotyledon class. The first one, seed has single cotyledon. For example, you take rice plant, rice. Okay, rice has contain only single cotyledon. Rice, wheat, examples. So their seed contain only single cotyledon. They come under monocotyledon class. And their monocotyledon plants, their leaves has parallel venation. Reticulate venation, I have told you, in the leaves there will be a main vein present. From this main vein the branches are formed. Then here parallel venation, you can see so many veins, they run parallel to each other. This kind of arrangement, if you see on some leaves, those leaves they have parallel venation. For example, grass leaves, they show parallel venation. Grass, banana tree, and monocot plants, they show parallel venation. So you can see this kind of arrangement on the leaves, that is parallel venation. So that is next important point. Then fibrous root system present in monocotyledon class members. Fibrous root system, for example, you can see if you take grass plants and you observe their roots, it is some fibrous root system. Then flowers are trimerous. Trimerous means three. Okay, flowers which consist only three petals or sepals. That's why the flowers are trimerous. So these are the important points about monocotyledon class. Seed has only single cotyledon and leaves has parallel venation, and the root system is fibrous root system, and flowers are trimerous. So next we are going to look on the nomenclature. So you identify a new organism, so you have to give name, that is called nomenclature. So binomial nomenclature, which is widely accepted nomenclature. Okay, so what it means, binomial nomenclature? Binomial nomenclature means a living organism that has scientific name, with that scientific name consists of two words. Okay, so naming of organism with the two words, which is called binomial nomenclature. So binomial means two word name. Okay, so for example, mango tree. What is the scientific name of mango tree? Mangifera indica. So this is a two word name. This Mangifera, the first word, which is the genus name of the mango tree, and indica, which is the species name of the mango tree. So in binomial nomenclature, scientific name which of a living organism consists two words. The first word is genus name and second word is species name. So you can take mango tree, Mangifera indica, scientific name as an example. So this binomial nomenclature, which was clearly proposed by, which was clearly made by Carolinus Linnaeus. Okay, which was binomial nomenclature first used by the scientist Gaspard Bohin. Then later Carolinus Linnaeus, he properly made the use of scientific name binomial system of nomenclature in his book Species Plantarum. So this system of naming, that means binomial system or binomial nomenclature, properly made by Carolus Linnaeus or Carl Linnaeus. Okay, so this is about binomial nomenclature. So you can identify different names of different plants. For example, a coconut tree. What is the scientific name of coconut tree? Cocos nucifera. The first part cocos, which represent genus, and nucifera, which represent species name. Okay, so this is about binomial